Number 2 Florida State travels up to Winston-Salem this weekend for a showdown with the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Welcome to your official game preview brought to you by shop.seminoles.com. I'm Scott Kotick. Florida State has been the model of consistency so far this season. No matter the opponent, it's been the biggest game of the season. They intend to do just the same against Wake Forest this weekend and haven't forgotten about their last trip to Winston-Salem.
That's the biggest thing, just remembering what it felt like. To remember that, we already came from this and learned from this. Don't repeat that. We learn from our history, and that's what I feel like this team has done the best job of is learning and moving on. But at the same time, taking every day, and just playing to the fullest every time we get our chance.
First time I went out there, it was a bad taste, and I don't want to have that bad taste. They were screaming, overrated, all type of stuff. We suck. Like that, I don't like that type of stuff, so it's just kind of like got a chip on our shoulder about that. I still remember that taste.
From that, I think we've learned, though. We've learned to get better and how to improve every game and to take the importance of every game. But, that seems like a long time ago. It really does. We've evolved, but hopefully we can learn. And you got to continue to evolve. Tomorrow and the next day, we got to get better and better and better in where we're trying to go.
Wake is that team. They can sneak up on you and get an easy victory. We're not looking at that. We're not worried about the clutter. We're worried about, like you said before, just playing the next game. And we've done a great job of that. And Coach Fisher has done an excellent job of that, just making sure that we're on track to play the next game.
Now for more on the Florida State offense versus the Wake Forest defense, here's Lane Hurt.
The next test for the 4th-ranked Florida State offense comes from the 35th-ranked Wake Forest defense. While the Demon Deacons have been giving up yardage between the 20s, they've been stingy inside the red zone as they rank 15th in the country in red zone defense. Of course, one of Florida State's strengths all season long has been inside the 20 near the goal line as they are ranked top in the country in red zone offense. When you talk Wake Forest defense, you can look no further than defensive lineman Nikita Whitlock, who leads the team in tackles for loss and sacks. Needless to say, he has the head coach's attention.
He is just a football-playing son of a gun now. I mean, golly. He's a little short, but he's powerful, athletic, can run, disruptive. I mean, in the seams, can pass rush, can play the run. I mean, he is one heck of a football. They're doing a good job on defense now. I think they're going to give up 19 points a game. They're the number 1 red zone defense in the league.
Coming off of a stretch, playing 2 top 10 ranked opponents, and of course the return of Bobby Bowden, it would be easy for Florida State to take a deep breath. But they cannot do that this weekend against Wake Forest. This team understands they have an undefeated season on the line, and they need to treat this game with the right amount of respect.
I mean, we got such high character guys. I mean, they don't want to just be satisfied for what our season is like. We're 8-0 right now, but we want to be 9-0, 10-0, 11-0. I mean, we want to go undefeated. So those guys, it means a lot to them. It means a lot to me. So we're going to stay ready.
For a look at the Florida State defense versus the Wake Forest offense, here's Jonathan Shalacy.
Wake Forest has less rushing yards than the Seminoles have allowed this year, so the focus will be on the passing game, which has racked up over 2,000 yards already. But the Demon Deacons are without their best wide receiver in Michael Campanero, but that doesn't change any of the preparation that the Seminoles have put in.
That's something you don't think about, because every time somebody falls, you got to expect somebody to pick up that slack. So, that's the biggest thing. Somebody on that team is going to pick up the slack and take that role that he once had. So, he was a big player. He caught a lot of passes for him, but at the same time, somebody else want those passes that he had, and they just working just as hard. So, we don't know who it's going to be. We got to go out there and play hard on every play, every person.
We going to still prepare like he was still there. They run a lot of stuff, like a lot of bubble passes and a lot of trick plays and stuff like that. So we still going to prepare the same as if he was there.
Even if the Demon Deacons were at full force, it would be a difficult test for them as the Seminoles are just 2nd in the nation in passing defense.
Kickoff scheduled for high noon at BB&T Field up in Winston-Salem. The staff from Seminoles.com will be at the game to provide you all the complete coverage. Florida State looking to clinch their 2nd consecutive ACC Atlantic Championship with a win over Wake on Saturday. So here at Doak Campbell Stadium, I'm Scott Kotick for Seminoles.com.